Hi, I'm Jay Douglas, aka JD the DJ. Today we're going to take the DJI Air 3 out for a Waypoint mission to a pasture and pond in the northwest corner of the subdivision. We pre-planned the mission offline by bringing up the map of the area on the RC2 controller screen. We just tap on the screen where we want to add a waypoint, then set some parameters for altitude, camera heading, and tilt angle. When we're done adding waypoints, we save the mission to the controller. Here we call it back up so we can check it and fly it. We called it Pond Manual Heading All. We have 11 waypoints with the camera heading set to manual for all of them. This means we can pan and tilt the camera where we want as it flies itself between waypoints. We just yaw the Air 3 with the left joystick and tilt up and down with the gimbal control wheel. The drone just flies itself from waypoint to waypoint. We'll pinch and zoom the map on the controller screen so we can see all the waypoints and the route of flight between them. The H is the home point from which we'll take off. The drone will fly itself to waypoint 1 and when we tell it to go. Altitude has been set to 164 feet at all the waypoints. That should clear all the trees and obstacles in the neighborhood by a good 30 feet. We fly here often, so we know the lay of the land, and that's a good idea whenever and wherever you fly. Alright, we've already done our safety check of the aircraft, controller, weather, and airspace using the UAV forecast and Aloft air control apps. We should be good to go, so let's do just that. Once we acknowledge the safety tips, the Air 3 tells us what it will do when we tap go for a second time. Off we go. First, we climb vertically to 164 feet. Then we turn and fly to waypoint 1. Then it's off to waypoint 2 near the pond and pasture. And just like the old Outer Limits TV show, for the camera we control the horizontal and we control the vertical, and point it wherever we want as we go. Oh look, down there, swimming pools, movie stars. Well, maybe not movie stars, but swimming pools for sure. Well, let's follow that school bus with the camera for a bit. That's something we can do because we're flying by autonomy and still have the freedom to point the camera where we want. And we're coming up on our pond and pasture here. We'll make a big loop around the pond and make about a 270-degree circle and then head west for a bit before turning to come back home. Actually, there's more than one pond out here. There's a dark-colored one in the foreground and kind of a muddy one in the background. Now we're getting some weak signal warning messages. We kind of expected this would happen at this altitude, which is fairly low. If we fly at about 250 feet or so, we usually don't have this problem. But the signal stays intact and we don't have any real problem. Alright, off we go, and we're headed for home now. I'll keep my mouth closed and you can just watch the neighborhood scenery go by. I've always been amazed by the shapes of some of the lots in the subdivision. There's a big isosceles triangle of fencing down there. I wonder how high I'd bounce if I dropped out and bounced on one of those trampolines down there. Alright, we've just about arrived at our home point now. We can swing around and watch the auto landing take place. That'll be on the corner right there. You can see the virtual reality home point and cone over the top of it. And we see the virtual drone shadow on the sidewalk block from which we took off. The drone automatically flips the camera up horizontal when it's landing so that no trash gets blown up on the lens. And there we are, the end of our 1.8 mile circle around Shenandoah in the Baton Rouge area.